When I found his music, something struck me quite deeply. I was moved by the simplicity that penetrated into the depths of my being. Yet the music also is complex at the same time, so I'm really happy to play the sounds and rhythms of contemplation and healing today for you. Welcome, Rainer Scheurenbrand.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Reinhard.
Welcome to The Power of Rhythm, a podcast with your host, Reinhard Flatischler, around the one thing that connects us all. Rhythm.
First, you started off as a classical guitarist, right? But then, all of a sudden, you turned to different paths. I would almost say like going out and meet indigenous healers. How did this come about?
It was definitely a process, no? It didn't go from one day to the next, but the fact of practicing guitar, classical guitar is a very complicated instrument actually. To get the technique right is really complicated. So I was forced to practice, and I loved to practice. And I wanted to do the technique right, so you have the mirror in front of you. I had it. I still have it just to see if the movement looks good. If it looks good, it sounds good. But sitting in front of this mirror many hours a day, you have no other choice than thinking about yourself. That's what came up. Thinking who I am, why am I like that, why is it like this? Many questions came also, profound questions. Mm-hmm. So instead of continuing to practice that much, I started my individual journey like many people do, starting with Zen Buddhism, starting with karate, going from there to Buddhism and here and there, and suddenly I met some indigenous healers, and then sooner or later I knew that's it. I cannot do this anymore. I need to do something else.
Now, there's also an interesting aspect in the whole thing. Like if you are a classically trained guitarist, and I have been studying piano, classical piano as a concert degree, we are not using the voice in that, right? Mm. And I see even now, being a drummer, very few drummers here use their voice while they drum. Mm-hmm. So how did the voice, this incredible voice that I hear on your recording, start to happen? How did you bring in that?
Wow, thank you for this question. It's very interesting because I never sang one note. And when I opened my mouth, it was just horrible. So there was a big no way. And while I studied music, I had to be in a choir. And then I went to the choir and I thought, it would be nice to sing. I took singing lessons, and the people from my apartments, we were living together with some actors, like in this student times. They just said, look, it sounds like killing a pig, please stop. So that was the first moment I really stopped to sing. But then with this looking for the meaning of life, I really wanted to sing. So I was hiding in the forest and just getting 2-3 notes ready because I wanted to sing some simple songs. And then I integrated in my first classical concerts, and I remember there, I had a girlfriend, she was a singer, really nice, and then I told her, look, I want to play these classical pieces in the middle, I improvise, and then I sing this song, my first song I received, and then she listened and she said, don't, please, people will have pity on you. So there were a lot of big obstacles, and for me it was kind of the most challenging thing to sing in a concert in the beginning. I started very late to open my voice, and now I just have to do it, and I'm not a singer, but I sing.
No, I think it's really two sides, like one that happens many times, people have to sing, and then they would have a great voice, but because of the pressure, they lose their courage or the interest, and now you're sitting there, and it's about life and death and your whole situation, and all of a sudden, the voice comes from within. I see this with many people in TaKeTiNa. They would say, if I would say you can only participate if you can sing, no one will come in, And finally, they all sing beautifully. So I do believe everyone has a great voice. And your voice is certainly very special. We will very soon hear it. A question before that. Your lyrics are outstanding. Where are they coming from?
Yeah, like my music is something interesting. I never create music. I cannot compose a song. I really can't. So the music is just coming. It's really coming, usually very, very complete. The melody, I hear it, and the lyrics are kind of there. And yeah, of course, I need to put it kind of together, but the music is just a product of my situation, of a process, and yeah, it has to be sung. Like music is for me the communication to another world, to another force, to the gods. With music we talk to the gods. So if you sing in front of the gods, you have to sing it. You just do it. There is no way.
How is the lyrics coming to you?
It's just a need to express something. It's kind of a feeling. And then first I put it into music, and then I see where the words is coming from, or like depending on the songs.
Okay, so let's start with the first, and excuse my not so perfect Portuguese. Estou aqui com minha dor, no mundo sofredor, dentro da ilusão. It's very deep. It says, here I am, with my pain, in a suffering world inside the illusion. And this is the text of a beautiful song called Passarinho. And I want to play it right now, okay?
Estou aqui com a minha dor, no mundo sofredor, dentro da ilusão. Estou aqui com a minha dor, no mundo sofredor, dentro da ilusão. Estou aqui, dia vou sair, dia vou subir na estreia do amor. Estou aqui, dia vou sair, dia vou subir na estreia do amor. Estou aqui para aprender o mistério do meu ser. Estou aqui para curar. Estou aberto para caminhar. mistério do seu ser. Estás aqui para aprender o mistério do seu ser. Estás aqui para aprender o mistério do seu ser. Estás aqui para aprender o mistério do seu ser. Estás aqui para aprender o mistério do seu ser. Estás aqui para aprender o mistério do seu ser. Estás aqui para aprender.
You are here to learn the mystery of your being. A passarinho, a small bird being your teacher. One of the mysteries in your music for me is the repetition that has a variation. So you're really repeating things in a way, and they bring you in a trance because you hear it again and again and again. Is this intentionally? Is just coming as you develop the music?
Yeah, it's a very good question. Like in this song, for example, this song is like a shamanic journey, you know, for me. Like it's first, estoy aquí, I'm here with my suffering in this world of illusion. And I'm wondering about this being. There's a lot of pain, and it's always repeating, repetitive. And then it's always like this journey going through the canto of the passarinho, like the little solo, taking you to another world. Mm-hmm. And it's like time stands still. And then it's like coming this voice just telling you, hey, everything is belonging together. You are here to learn about the mystery of your being, of death and life. And in this song, it was really sad. A friend of mine just died with an accident, and we had such a beautiful time together. And wow, this hit me very hard. And it was just in the peak of a wonderful experience we had also together. And also in these times right now, we are wondering, what is it all? And sometimes we just don't get it, but we have to get it in, let it in, just to see it. We are humans. That's what we are here for.
Well, I think especially this time, a lot of people waking up because their usual life is not happening the way it used to happen. And so I see a lot of people cutting through the illusion, and the illusion is always, as we know, rooted in the I. You know, I'm defining myself as I help, I don't help, I get help, I don't get help, I. If you just leave this away, you are free. Maybe nothing has changed outside, but everything has changed because you're free from identification with that, right? So I think when you went to Brazil, did you meet some indigenous healers or ceremonies? Or
in Brazil, I met a lot of ceremonial ceremonies. People. I did ceremonies with a lot of people, especially also with a lot of music. And then after Brazil, I went more to the jungle of Peru and Colombia, where I met like real shamans, which I would say, or also in North America, I had the privilege and the honor to meet really healers. And if you meet these real healers, it's very simple. They're very simple. There's, it's just so simple.
It is simple.
They just do their job. That's what they do. And so, yeah.
So the next song I want to play is Rosa. Mm-hmm. And you said it's coming out of a diet that you did with a wild rose. Mm-hmm. Tell us about that.
Yeah, the diet is, to make it very short, it's a tradition from the vegetalismo, also from Peru. You are a certain time in isolation, or you can also do it in social isolation with some restrictions, and you just concentrate on the plant. That means that your food is very simple and all your life is very simple. When you do it in the jungle, you're just in a little hut, nothing, you just stay there the whole day. And you sing to this plant, you try to connect to their energies. People say the spirit, maybe We just say the energy. And I received this song, and it's really received when I just pray with the plant, and I can hear these voices, I can hear the lyrics. And the wild rose is a plant from here. She's everywhere. She's very beautiful. She has a wonderful perfume, and she's very strong. She's so incredible strong. So the teaching is just to ask this plant to connect to the roots, to the Mother Earth, to the water, to the light of the moon, and to give strength, and to open the heart, and to give love, which is just the greatest medicine ever, the love. We forget so much about it. We talk so much about it. It's the thing that keeps us alive and holds us when we go to the next level, I guess.
I would say we are love. Of course, we don't remember this all the time, but this is the absolute foundation of everything here. And so let's listen to Rose.
Trae tu luz, yo, yo, yo. Rosa, 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 deja aprender, ya, ya. Conecta, 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 conecta con las plantas. Conecta, 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 conecta con el sol, Conecta, 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 cielo azul. Conecta, 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 conecta con el viento. Conecta, 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 conecta con el agua. Conecta, 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 conecta con la tierra.
to make the connection with plants, with animals, remembering that there's only one consciousness and we are all that. What a beautiful way just to sing and to connect with this plant. Now, when you have been in Brazil, I'm sure you also get together with some candomblé people.
A little bit, yes. It was very, very interesting, incredible.
How was it interesting?
I just, for me, it's such a incredible experience to hear these drummings also and how they evoke the spirits with the drumming, and that's what you do. Unfortunately, I'm not a drummer. Maybe in the next life. I just love it, the power of rhythm and ecstasy.
Unfortunately, you are a guitar player.
Yeah,
I would say.
to do.
So, yes, the next song I want to play from you is called Nana, and it's an Orisha. And of course, many people don't know what are Orishas. How would you define what's an Orisha? How would you explain someone who has no clue about that? What is an Orisha?
Oh, I should think about this question. Yeah. Orisha is kind of a spiritual manifestation, and it's like Orisha stands for a certain energy, like the energy of the ocean, the energy of the air, the energy of the forest. So they have different names, and the religion in Brazil is a mixture. It's a mixture between African religion, it's a mixture between shamanism and also Christian religion. So in the Orishas, all these things come together, but there are energies you can call on. So very popular is the energy of Iemanjá, which is also presented in the Mother Mary. And it's also this blue spirit, and this song Nana is like the energy, the Orisha Nana. She's the grandmother of Iemanjá. The grandmother of Iemanjá, this transition between water and land, and between water and earth. And there is Nana, like the grandmother of Iemanjá. So she gives a lot of strength and support, this Nana, and the fishermen sing for her when they go fishing. They sing the whole night to Nana, that they can get safe back out from the arms of Iemanjá to the shore.
Actually, I've been in both in Candomblé and Santeria in Cuba, and it originates, of course, from Africa, where it's called Ifa, and they explained to me like that the Orishas are kind of a conveyor between the supreme creative intelligence that you might call God or whatever, and the humans, you know. And of course, as you said, there are for certain elements, certain Orishas. And Nana, that you have written this song, how did this song come that you just chose her, this Orisha, to?
Yeah, I just want to refer also, like some people see the saints like the Orishas. So many Orishas are similar to saints also, which are also this, what you said, like to make the communication between the humans and the gods. Nana, the original song, like the melody is a traditional, I think. I heard it in a very different version, and this song just hit my heart. And then I had my experience, my image of this song, which goes very deep for me personally. That's why the intro is like kind of this other dimensional world, and it's like kind of a freezing ocean picture, and you're kind of alone, and it's like a bit mystical. And then you hear this voice like coming from heaven, bringing you, grounding you, bringing you back to the earth. So for me, it's like a song to come back to. It's a song which really I can hear the voice of a soul, and I had many experiences with this song that people say they could meet people who were already dying and could meet their soul and spirit, and I could talk a lot about it. I once was invited to play for someone who was very sick, and I came to play for him, and he just passed away 2 hours before. And I said, oh my, and then they asked me to still play, and I played this song, and it was really, everyone in the room felt this presence of him saying, hey, it's all good, I'm very well, I'm very happy here. So many many interesting experiences with the song, but it's very simple, like everything.
Yes. Finally, it's always simple, that's true. So, Nana. fissure of the water and the clay, the earth, I think I start to understand what fascinates me on your music so much, because it's coming out of a source, music manifesting in you. You said you have not studied composition, yet you're making all this music. So it comes from a direct source, I would say. That's how I perceive it, you know. So you have never studied composition, right?
No, absolutely not.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just I need to find a harmony which I hear, and sometimes it takes some time. It comes from a feeling, and there is something that needs to be said. So I don't know if I will ever write a new song. I just don't know. Many times I thought, okay, that's it. It's nice, thank you, and then they come.
That correlates with exactly what I said. It just comes from the source, and this dictates you the song, and you write it, and you don't have to write another one, but you could write another one. Going on further to your next song that's called Round. And you describe it, first the music is like viewing the life from the top, then it's the hamster wheel driven by everyday's life, and then the outbreak. Leave your fears, free your life.
It's just this thing which I often meet, like everything is fine, like you say, we are all the same consciousness. And there are many of these moments where we understand it and we just feel okay with everything. But then one thought grabs me, and then you get busy again, and you forget, you don't look left, you don't look like round and round and round. You're just like in the hamster wheel. So it happened to me many times, also sometimes in ceremonies, in healing ceremonies, in sweat lodge. It's so hot, I can't do that, oh, what is going on? And bam! Hey. You get to the next level and you understand you need to leave your fears. You just need to free your soul. So yeah, it's a very permanent song. It happens still, you know, many times people get caught by the wave, especially in these times when you look at the newspapers. It's difficult not to be ruled by fear. That makes you go on without stopping.
Yes, on the other hand, as you just brought this picture up of medicine, you know, where you go in the sweat lodge and it's so fucking hot, you're suffering. You say, no, I can't take this anymore. And then, as you say, poof. And I do believe that the pain or the intensity we are going through right now, for many people can and also works as an opener to wake up from the hamster wheel. Actually, it's the same for me. I was touring, you know, and I already felt something beside of this beautiful touring and all the nice results out of it is missing. And now I found it. I had a whole year of contemplation, of creation of something completely different. I think we should really use that time right now, because it's such a high energy time right now. That's how I feel it.
It's absolutely like that. I feel there are so many gifts in this time right now, so many discoveries made inside of oneself. And my life changed as well. Much less touring, just being home, playing music, be with the family and teaching, and yeah, new doors open, and it's really a time of transition, and we will look back on this time.
Exactly. And so let's hear to the next song, The Round. breaking out of the hamster wheel, waking up and not just staying in the hamster wheel. That's what it is all about.
Yeah.
So who are the drummers in this song here?
It's Edgar Bueno from Sao Paulo, and Omer Gonenhaila. He's usually playing flute and darbuka.
So you recorded this also in Brazil?
Yeah, this is from the first recording.
Yeah. Beautiful drummers, fantastic.
Yeah.
And so you have texts in English and in Portuguese, right?
And Spanish, yeah.
But never in German.
I start now. No, yeah, that's a very interesting question, because for me the German is the other life, and still slowly I make peace with it. Slowly I can relate, and yeah.
Of course, it contains your whole history because it's your mother tongue. Yeah, I can understand that. So, cedro, which is cedar, is another, I think, song that connects with a plant, right?
Yes.
I think this is so important. We are always running around in this separation mode, like, it's not that, it's not that, it's not that. And instead of this, really seeing the wholeness in everything. And so anything you want to just share with us about cedro?
Yeah, it's like just to connect to this plant on a different level, to hear its song, to hear her music, to smell her perfume. And by connecting to this plant, we can do it with a diet, or you just sit with it. You get to know his medicine or her medicine, which is just rooted in the earth and reaching out to the sky, connecting heaven and earth, and brings a lot of clarity and cleansing. So it's a song about cleansing. In the second part, really asking the cedar, the power of the cedar, to clean, to take all the darkness and to connect to the light. That's all.
That's kind of really correlating with what I see from here in my garden. Here we have 5 giant cedars that are almost 50 meters high, like they're hundreds of years old. They're really, really high cedar. So
Wonderful.
go into it.
limpia, limpia corazón. Cura, cura medicine. Con la fuercita del sol, con el cielito azul, con la luz de la luna. Sana, sana medicine. Cedro, cedro, curanderito. Tan bonita medicine, con tu fuercita y haré. Cedro, cedro medicine, curandero ya moré.
Cedro from Rainer. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. You only use we. You mean we or?
Just the sound that I heard. It's not we in the sense of we.
Okay.
No,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just we.
Yeah,
Just,
great. Beautiful. And you know what confirms my assumption that it's really coming out of the moment and you are open to perceive a message from the moment is the next song, which is completely out of the box, which is entirely different. Maybe we first play it and then see how the listeners react. and then
Beanie bunny, beanie bunny, beanie ba 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 ba, beanie bunny, ba ba ba. Beanie bunny, beanie ba 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 ba, beanie bunny, ba ba ba. Beanie bunny, beanie ba 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 ba, beanie bunny, ba ba ba. Beanie bunny, ba 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 ba, beanie bunny, ba ba ba. What you gonna do with the beanie bunny boo? What you gonna do with the beanie bunny boo? What you gonna do with the beanie bunny boo? What you gonna do with the beanie bunny boo? What you gonna do with the beanie bunny boo? What you gonna do with the beanie bunny boo? What you gonna do with the beanie bunny boo? What you gonna do with the beanie bunny boo? What you gonna do with the beanie bunny boo? What you gonna do with the beanie bunny boo? What you gonna do with the beanie bunny boo? What you gonna do with the beanie bunny boo?
the other side of Rainer Scheurenbrand, the crazy, beautiful side, really groovy, funky music, and it's just made for kids. I really want to hear a little bit more how you went into that and who's singing, who's the female voice singing along with you here.
I'm very proud to say it's all me singing there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's all little versions of me, and I really love this CD. We made it together with Misha Mulovabado, amazing bass player, composer, musician, and yes, my wife got pregnant, and we were about to get a little baby. And even when she was in the belly, I started to sing stupid little melodies. And when she was born, Rosa, her name, super sweet. And many times she was crying for not really reasons I could see. So I was just singing and singing, always melodies, and just singing her songs to different situations in my life. To change diapers, there's a song to bring her to the beach, there's a song to wash her. And I really love this CD because I think it's great medicine. I didn't invent these songs, they just came, and if you listen to it, it's really well made. It brings you just to be happy and not to take it too serious. Right. So I love this one.
and I think the idea behind the whole thing is really deep because it really starts in the belly, our whole journey, right? And I've seen so many pregnant women who have been TaKeTiNa teachers or have been in several TaKeTiNa workshops who report that their kids have a quite different start with the rhythm or with the music. So, Carrie, it's really great to have a song for diapers, changing diapers, a song for this and for that. I think your kid will really remember that the whole life.
I'm like, maybe it's my biggest success that she came home from kindergarten and I gave the CD to the kindergarten and they love it there and all the kids are dancing and she can say, "It's my papa." So I'm quite happy with this. I really think it's a beautiful CD.
Yeah, and it's amazing that you said like some of your fans are a little bit shocked or whatever, but that also speaks for you. You don't care about it. You just go and put out what you are meant to put out. And it's really funky music.
Yeah, but also with the Jardim, when it came out in 2006, it took very long that people like it, that they got it. It really took many years, and I think the medicine of this Buni CD, it's a Buni, it's called, is very, very deep. It's very healing power because we had the best musicians I know, and the production is super nice, and I put all my heart into it. It seems to be funny and stupid, but there is much more behind it. It's a good medicine to just leave away the mind and just be. I will see. I still hope that people get it, but yet not really. A few.
Super funky. I mean, this is not anything like crazy and stupid. Only it's really funky music, and it's addressed to the little ones who can certainly be our teachers if we pay attention.
Yeah, I got many videos of kids dancing and being very happy to it.
Great. That sounds really good. So let's continue on this subject of healing. And with that, it's our last tune, Kura, which of course is connected to Yemanja, the Orisha of the ocean. And with this beautiful song, it's the end of our episode this time. I thank you so much, Rainer, for being with us. It's a pleasure to listen to your music.
Thank you very much. It's a great honor, a great pleasure to be with you. I told Reinhard that I read his books when I was a student, and I really dearly admire his work.
Thank you. So where can people find you on the net?
Under my name, either on Bandcamp or on Spotify or everywhere.
Beautiful. So please check him out. And of course, if you like my podcast, go to powerofrhythm.com/podcast and leave a comment or ask for anyone else you want to hear. A lot of great people are still coming up in the very next time. Rainer Scheurenbrand, Cura.
Eu peço a firmeza das águas do mar. Eu peço a força da mãe Iemanjá. Eu peço a firmeza das águas do mar. Eu peço a força da mãe Iemanjá.
Thank you for listening to Power of Rhythm, the episode with Rainer Scheurenbrand. I wish you a great time. I wish you happiness. I wish you strength. All the best.